S4 Avant. I've had this car for about 3 months now, and we've loved every minute of it. We picked it up from my mechanic Matt over at H2 Performance. He's done all the work on my other cars, and we picked it up with 123,000 miles. The car's in perfect shape. It's pretty rare to find one of these in a 6-speed manual as well. The car's a 4.2 liter V8 with 340 horsepower and 302 foot-pounds of torque, going to the Audi Quattro all-wheel drive. All in all, the car's in fantastic condition. Exterior-wise, it's probably an 8 out of 10. There's a few scratches and a few scuffs, but other than that, it's been in great shape. It has 255 tires all the way around, so it's a super tight fitment. Interior, the leather's great. It has a few cracks, but there are Recaros all around, Recaro front seats and rear seats. So some of my favorite things about the car are the fact that it is an S4 Avant. There wasn't very many Avants made, and there's not very many in good condition still running today, especially in a 6-speed manual and being a V6. So just the rarity factor of the car makes it super cool. Another thing that I love is the all-wheel drive. Just never owned a car that's all-wheel drive, so I love being able to use it in all weather conditions. We're in the Pacific Northwest, so we see a lot of rain here, so it's nice to have a car that's good in all conditions. And then my last favorite thing about the car is probably the build quality. All in all, for a 2004, it still competes with all the cars I currently own, which are much newer than 2004. All the lines match up, there's no uneven pieces, the materials are super nice, the leather's held up really good over the years, and even the finishes on the buttons, which are pretty common in Audis to wear off, these ones are all intact and they look great. The B6 Avant actually came with the 4.2 V8, whereas the other model, the B5 Avant, which we only got 2 in America, that came with the 2.9 liter twin turbo V6. And although those are a little more tunable and make a little more power, I really wanted the V8. I currently own the Shelby GT500 with the V8, and I just really like the constant power and the low-end torque that V8s have to offer. The B6 Avant also gets dual exhaust rather than a single-side exhaust. It's a little beefier around the edges, and the overall shape I like a little better than the B5 because it's not as rounded off. This car is by far the best cornering car that I currently own. All-wheel drive compared to rear-wheel drive, it's a different sensation in the back of your seat. You don't feel quite as much of a shove as you would out of a rear-wheel drive car like the Shelby. Whereas this is more of a linear pull, but it feels great. It feels like you have constant power, and it's honestly one of the best highway cruisers that we have. The top-end power feels like it's always there. As far as reliability goes with this car has been extremely reliable for us. Haven't had any hiccups thus far. It's been pretty new into the ownership, but at 125,000 miles, the previous history of this car has been great too. It's not known to have any problems or any huge hiccups. The only thing that B6 Avants are known for, and the 4.2 liter V8 in general, is the timing chain issue. The timing chain is pretty much the clockwork of this entire engine. It's kind of what functions everything. It's almost like a timepiece, and that tends to get loosened up, and that can cause a lot of issues, and your check engine light will be thrown. And that's roughly $3,000 to $4,000 in parts, plus you got to pull the engine just to get to it. So that's a huge service that this car actually hasn't needed. The previous owner, Matt, who's also my mechanic, he already had all the parts to do it, and he actually never ended up having to do it because it didn't show any signs of wear. So all in all, this car's been fantastic, no issues to date, and we drive it everywhere. This was actually a car to replace my girlfriend's old Subaru Impreza, so all-wheel drive for all-wheel drive, but the Quattro's been a lot better. It's a lot better quality of car, and the sportiness factor of it being an S4 makes it a lot nicer. So some of the few things that I don't like about the car though is being a car enthusiast, you can never have enough power. So since it is all-wheel drive, it feels like I can never lose it. There's never that excitement. So sometimes it feels a little too tamed and a little underwhelming when it comes to power. So if I could use a little more power, it'd be nice. Which brings me to the second point of it is very expensive to mod. Being a European car, just for a supercharger kit for the car, you're looking anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000, which doesn't end up being worth it when the car was purchased for not too much over that, and being a higher mileage car, it's just not going to be worth it. And also, it could be lighter. I love the fact that it's an Avant and it's a wagon, but being a wagon, you can definitely feel the weight of it, although the all-wheel drive does a great job of keeping it in check. All in all, I'm stoked about the Audi S4 Avant and have no intentions of getting rid of it in the near future. Really looking forward to doing some Pacific Northwest driving in the winter time here and testing out the all-wheel drive in the rain, and hopefully doing some pretty cool videos in the snow. So please subscribe for more videos, and look forward to seeing you guys next time.